Alrighty then, it's time for a Jungle Dr. Mundo. Let's get this show on the road. Which one? Yeah, his latest buff made him super cool again. Yay. And I'll just state it right now. The keystone I took, you could really pretty much take anything. I kind of took it as a sort of a panic. I was running out of time, and I was thinking maybe, take something like Fleet of Footwork or even press the attack, but whatever, right? Anyhow, basic start. And I'm immediately going to invade Graves because he's really funny to duel early on with someone who can just sort of control him because he's got that little pathetic range. And then once again, and he's just kind of getting angry. And I try to figure out where he's going, and I just get the scuttle. And then since he doesn't really show up anywhere, I figure he's doing his Gromp. So I just immediately attack him, and he dashes towards me. Don't go in melee range against Dr. Mundo, kids, or else you're going to die really quickly. And of course, Pantheon showed up and did quite a bit of damage. Plus, I have Exhaust, which he did not know I had Exhaust. So, for those who don't know, if you've ever seen a Dr. Mundo game, which I haven't uploaded in a long time, I normally take Exhaust on Dr. Mundo. Because it's a very Season 2 kind of thing to do. But it's because Dr. Mundo doesn't really desperately need Flash as much as other champions. Although, Flash is a strong summoner spell and it's good on him, obviously. It doesn't really matter if he can't escape in a lot of situations because once you pop your ultimate, you just kind of shrugging off damage. And if they try to focus you during that or they chase you, it's a waste of time. So taking Exhaust just makes it more hilarious, especially now accompanied with Red Smite. It's just really frustrating for the enemy team to deal with you. So hooray for me. Right now you can see I've gotten a kill and an assist, and that's pretty good, especially considering the enemy Graves, well, he's getting pretty desperate. I tried to duel him once again, but I started off the fight with a lot less health, so I couldn't keep charging him, and I had to let my ultimate heal me quite a little bit before I, tried fighting him again, but nah, to no avail. Also gotta mention, well, actually, you gotta watch this little part. It's kind of funny. Miss Fizz and I try to kill the Veigar, and it ends up getting me destroyed by KFC. No. So, poor chickens. But anyways, the other really cool thing about taking Exhaust instead of Flash is that it has a better cooldown. So, just being able to use it more frequently and, very aggressively when you charge at people and just screw them up is pretty sexy. Also, this Graves is just not having a fun time. Look, he cannot do any damage to me, and he had quite a bit of damage items on him already. It tickles. I picked Dr. Mundo rather early in this game, and the enemy team sort of I believe they had picked Jax and Veigar first, and then I saw the Graves, and it's just not a composition that's made to deal with Dr. Mundo. I mean, Vayne can destroy me at a certain point, but I just want you to see the amount of abuse I can take and just the frustration I can inflict on the enemy team because their damage is not high enough or at least high enough early to deal with me. So so very early on, I can start running around and just being a complete nuisance to them, and just chucking axes at them or machetes at them. Again, right now the early game is a little blotchy because my team composition is honestly absolutely terrible. The only thing we really have going for us is that we can dunk somebody with a lot of initiation and with Leona's ultimate, and that I won't die immediately to their composition. So if it goes well for us, they'll burn a lot of important cooldowns on me and then get punished for it. That's the dream. Because the other thing Dr. Mundo can do is that he's an aggro magnet, and we don't really have many of these anymore. Essentially put, Dr. Mundo can charge at someone and they're forced to blow stuff on him or just knock him around or kill him because he will actually destroy people. A lot of other tanks, they do damage for sure, but they don't really have the means to just chunk and destroy people as much as someone like Dr. Mundo does. He's got quite a bit of sustained damage and repeatable high frequency sustained damage. It's just he's difficult at doing that to people. The only way he can do that is if they let him get on top of them, and that can happen if they ignore him, which they sometimes will. But yeah, I want you just to sort of observe how I move about or how I try to do things that look rather silly to do, but actually have the purpose of wasting their abilities. Look at when I use my ultimate or when I charge at them, like in this case, they can't do any real damage to me. I mean, I chunked them for a lot. My hope here was that my teammates would be able to kill the little stragglers. But yeah, I force them to blow cooldowns on me, and they can't really do anything. There's not been many champions you can do some silly crap like this. The other one I normally do that kind of, engage with my face only just to try to bait out cooldowns thing is with Trundle. What Dr. Mundo does, it's so much better, especially with having something like Exhaust and Red Smite now, and just beating, the latest buff makes it so much stronger. And as a jungler, I love it. Like, just being able to do that. Lane Dr. Mundo, I know he's strong, but I'm never going to play that. It's debatable whether jungle Dr. Mundo would make a return, mostly because you need someone with reliable crowd control and that kind of stuff in the jungle. But the fact that you can duel most champions as Dr. Mundo is pretty damn good, especially considering that Dr. Mundo is debatably, and I'm putting that out there, debatably the fastest jungler in the game. It's just he's, suicidal when he does so and extremely dangerous. So, yeah, there's that too. The other benefit of Dr. Mundo, again, a lot of you who have watched me for a long time will know this. Another benefit of Dr. Mundo is what I called triple dipping his gold. Essentially, gold, the amount of gold, triple dipping your gold value by investing in pure tank. The amount of power you get on Dr. Mundo just by basically building health and tank is insane. There's so much value being taken from your gold, in which you scale up so much faster than other junglers and become far more valuable than anybody else. Very few of the junglers can do that. Like, if there was a tier list about it, Dr. Mundo would probably be number one for that, ignoring all other issues of utility and that kind of stuff. And then you would have champions like Cho'Gath and such, and then it goes down and down and down until you get the carries at the bottom. So Dr. Mundo is just a value powerhouse, and his latest buff exacerbated that issue so much. It's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I do have 6 kills and 2 assists here, but look at my farm. It's pretty damn considerable. I'm running around power farming everything. My item build is really like just basic. It's nothing elaborate. It's just building what I normally would build. I'm not, doing some kind of crazy investment thing like if you get super fed as some kind of a tanky champion, you take some AP or some kind of goofy item to do some more damage. No, I'm building exactly how I would build Dr. Mundo in most situations, whether I'm fed or not, and I'm doing a whole ton. Like here, they engage on me. Look, 2 of their strongest damage dealers, and they barely tickled my taint. And then one of them got punished for even trying, and I'm near full health again. If I really wanted to, right now I'm building Dead Man's Plate, mostly just to give myself that super burst when I actually grab somebody, because it seems right now I'm mostly doing a lot of the fighting, and give myself a bit of a movement speed. If I wanted to be even more dickish to the enemy team, I would have bought in a Warmogs, and that would have just been super unstoppable. But look, again, like I said, I go in there just to force out their cooldowns, and then I just kind of back away and only re-engage when, once again, they're in a really odd position. I just look at how many cooldowns they're forced to blow just because my face is in front of them, and they're focusing on me, and the Caitlyn is just able to freely do whatever the hell she wants. I love this playstyle so much, and I'm glad that Dr. Mundo is back to some extent. His early game is still botchy. I honestly got lucky that I'm fighting a Graves who is someone Dr. Mundo can kind of, control, just because you can run away and just poke at him, and his pathetic range just doesn't do anything. But yeah, like I said, I love making them burn their long cooldowns, because then they just kind of forget that my teammates can do a lot more than me, and then they let them get away with it. So yeah, I love it. It's one of those few times you get to hear me gush about somebody. Dr. Mundo, he may not be one of my top 10 champions to play, so to speak, but I love how goofy and simple he is, yet super strong as a result. Again, very, very old school, and still follows a lot of the old school principles of jungling, in which you can just you play for value, and you play for effectiveness and tankiness, and he does it so well. Of course, though, once again, like I tried mentioning earlier, I don't know whether or not it's long-term viable, especially in the jungle, because outlier games, and his utility is honestly really, really small. He's more just annoying and frustrating to deal with. His utility, again, well, let's say team utility in terms of crowd control and team support isn't there. It's just he's very aggro and forces aggro situations on your opponent, so they have to respond to that or else get punished for it. I should have said that, and it was a little bit better. But yeah, the enemy team at this point, like during the stream, I even said the enemy team probably has very little chance of winning unless they can somehow make sure the Vayne doesn't get blown up in every single fight and gets to unleash a flurry of whatever. Because so far in every single fight, I absorb so much of their threat, their cooldowns, that Pantheon is able just to run in there freely and kill somebody while Caitlyn pounds at them. And Leona has, for the most part, been doing a good job at engaging and controlling the enemy team, at least the initial target, and setting them up to die. I also love this little part here. Pantheon gets killed, or at least his Guardian Angel gets killed, and I put myself in the front of him just to make sure the enemy team doesn't knock him out. I pop my ultimate, and they burn so much on me. Again. And I don't die. And as a result, the enemy team, I think only one of them gets killed. Yeah, the Morgana. But again, it burns so much of their stuff, and it just showed them that, or it punished them, because now, as a result, it punished them because other cooldowns were blown on me. I mean, they did come up at some point because the fight did take quite a while, but it cost them their inhibitor and a couple of their lives. And the only reason any of my other teammates died is because they got a little bit too greedy. Then Jax here gets gunned down, and I believe Vayne gets gunned down too because she gets a little too close and she gets sniped. So yeah, pretty disastrous for the enemy team in that situation because they chose to focus me. And here, the classic Dr. Mundo situation where magic doesn't do shit to you and you can just tank towers. And the only reason I kind of die is because, too many tower shots eventually do something to you. But yeah, the enemy team at this point, completely falling apart. Like I said, my composition sucked, but the composition didn't do well against Dr. Mundo, and it allowed me to just kind of get a little bit too big and become a really considerable threat to the point where they don't have enough resources to deal with me and deal with the rest of my team. So yeah. But yeah, I ended up buying a Zz'Rot portal, mostly just to help with the pushing and allow me to be more annoying. Walk in there, poop out a Zz'Rot portal, and then run around getting their aggro or, forcing them to do something. Here, once again, I just kind of run blindly into the Vayne. Not blindly, but aggressively into the Vayne, forcing them to use everything and to no result because I'm basically full health again. And then my teammates show up to punish them because they wasted their time trying to kill me. And as a result, they lose. We finish out the remaining of their teammates and then take the Nexus, and Dr. Mundo scores himself a victory. I'll probably upload more games because now that he's back, I will definitely spam the hell out of this guy. So hooray for Dr. Mundo! And if you liked this video, remember to give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell up there somewhere so you actually get notifications to my videos because YouTube and stuff.